Welcome one and welcome all. So in this video, what are we going to talk about? Spirit has called me to do a message on if you're feeling lost right now, lost at this moment, lost in your life, lacking a sense of direction, not sure what's going on. If you're feeling lost in any way, then you are welcome to this reading. So trust the Spirit is going to have a message here for you. Go ahead and choose the card that you're feeling the most drawn to, and you can find the timestamp in the description box below, and I will see you there with your message. Welcome, pile number one. You selected the card number 37. Okay, there's a lot of messages coming through already, especially about the numbers. So I don't know if some of you are interested in numerology or you've been wanting to learn more about that, or you might be someone who uses numbers a lot to communicate with your spiritual team. The traditional angel numbers that you can look up their meanings online, or if it means something significant to you when you see a certain number. And it is the card Wild Violet, with the word self-actualization and individuality on the cards. So Spirit is showing me, and I'm hearing these vines like growing over someone rapidly, kind of. So it's like you might be feeling overwhelmed at this time, and that's what's making you feel lost. Or, I mean, this is Wild Violet. So imagine if you were somewhere and you were trying to cut something like this down. It might get really intense. It might get really difficult. It might even stop up the machine that you're using to cut this down. So Spirit is saying if you're trying to clear out frustrations or something in your life, or trying to clear out what other people are trying to make you be, that's something that's going on right now, so that you can self-actualize, so that you can be who you actually are and standing firm in your individuality. Spirit is showing me someone wearing boots, so it's like you're firmly placing your foot down, being the truth of who you are. Now let's talk about the numbers really quick, because Spirit is focusing on them hardcore right now. So we've got 3 and 7. So 7 can sometimes be considered a spiritual number, your 7th chakra. Got more of that crown chakra with the purple here. And there's also the number 3, but 7 can also be a number of completion. But it's also bringing me through like the 7 of Swords energy, doubting yourself, not being sure about yourself or the ground that you're standing on. And Spirit is also showing me someone like running forwards and then taking a step back, and there's a line, right? So this line is the truth of who you are, and behind it is kind of the mask or who you've had to be. And it's like you keep running out and getting all this courage and then kind of tiptoeing slowly back across that line backwards. But the number 3 is about expansion, right? It's showing me the 3 of Wands, expansion. So goodness is coming through. The green can also relate to your heart chakra, and we've got a little red ladybug here. So the root chakra, it's like you're going to expand how you feel good about yourself in your heart space, being able to self-actualize and being the individual, the person that stands out in your physical world. Okay, so more expansion on you and your good thoughts, and less focus on your self-doubts. Now I've got one tarot card here. I haven't flipped it over yet, and this is going to give us kind of an overall energy, maybe what you're lost on. And look at that. I do not look at these cards before we look at them here together, so that's really interesting that we were talking about the 7 of Swords coming through, and then you have the 7 of Swords. So again, with the angel numbers, repeating numbers could be significant for you at this time. Spirit is also telling me something about feeling like you don't have enough days in the week. So for example, you might feel like you have to dedicate a lot of time to a 9-to-5 job, and you wish that you had more time to be taking more time with the things that you are individually interested in. Spirit is showing me someone being in a band. So maybe some of you are being interested in music and wishing that you had more time, or someone painting, wishing that you had more time for your hobbies, wishing that your hobbies were not hobbies, that you could self-actualize and be a creator full-time. Or whatever service it is that you have or skill set that you have, wishing that you could do that full time. But again, this is that same energy that Spirit was bringing through about there being a line and you running forward over it and then tiptoeing backwards. See, he's moving forward, but he's looking backwards because he's worried about what's going on back here. This card oftentimes represents someone, again, wearing a mask. And the Two of Swords is stuck down over here. So you could also, once again, be feeling tied up, feeling restricted, feeling, Spirit is telling me someone like muted, like you can't say what you want to say or you can't say your truth. There's something here about tiptoeing forward. Okay, and then we've also got the card Citrine, bring in the light. So that card is advice from Spirit to bring in the light. Again, when this is overgrown, it looks really dark in some parts of that card. So Spirit is encouraging you to bring in the light. Take a new approach. Citrine is also sometimes known as the merchant stone. So it can be talking about more money coming in, like bringing a more positive mindset to your career, to your finances, to allow Spirit to help you. But it also makes me think of the Sun card in tarot, just with the yellow and the brightness, which is a harvest and abundance. It's like if you'll bring in the light in your mind, in your energy, that more positive things will happen for you and you'll get out of this self-sabotaging energy that we see here. So it feels like there's nothing standing in the way actually of that self-actualization, of you being the one that you want to be. But it's going to be kind of a mental battle. It's going to be something that has to shift in your mind. And again, you're expanding those good thoughts, and Spirit is coming in to work with you and give you spiritual downloads to expand that brightness, to heal some of that darkness, those shadow thoughts, if you will. Okay, and then we have the card Find Peace Within. So again, the answer is not all the other people. It's not the people in the tents. It's not looking back over your shoulder about what do people think, what do they want me to do, how do they feel. You're finding peace within. Making peace with who you are. Spirit is bringing through the word vulnerable with individuality. So it's like you have to be vulnerable enough to stand in the truth of who you are firmly. And again, Spirit keeps bringing through that word firm. So because again, it sounds like maybe you've gone forward in this a little and then you teeter back out of it. And then we have soothe your soul. Spirit is letting you know that this is what is on the other side for you. If you find that peace within and you bring in the light, that's your advice about what you can do to help yourself move out of that energy. But this is what's on the other side. It is a soothing of your soul. It's relaxation on a whole new level. Not like we think of in the physical world, like I'm going on a vacation. This is that internal peace that nobody can disturb. So you're feeling way better as you move through the world, because there is nothing better than being yourself. And Spirit wants you to know that. Sometimes we wear the mask and we hide because we're worried about what will people think, what will they do, what will they say. But Spirit wants you to know that there's nothing better than being yourself. And your soul will feel elated when you get to that place. And it's going to help you self-actualize in the sense of being more of who you are, sharing more of that with the world. Okay, so I actually want to see what's going to be changing for pile number 1. Ooh, the 3 of Swords. And it was laying on its side like it almost wanted to go in the reverse. So again, you could be struggling with some stuff right now. Yeah, what's going to be changing? Your direction. The Hermit. So you're going to have answers coming through. Your sense of direction is going to change. Spirit is showing me the wind blowing in this direction and then changing and blowing in that direction. So encouraging you to go the direction that you're being pointed in. If this has been some difficult emotional energy for you, like feeling hurt, almost having to hide yourself or operate in a certain way again as a way to protect yourself, you're not going to have to do that anymore. The Hermit is going his own way. He's going his own direction. That's also a number 9. So it's another number about almost being there. You've almost reached the 10. So you're building on things in your life. The Hermit has everything that he needs already to go on his journey. He's seeking. What is he seeking? In this case, you're seeking the light that is within. You're seeking the peace that's within. About being able to be nice to yourself. No longer hurting yourself with your words or your limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs. And you're going in a new direction. What can pile number 1 do to help themselves achieve this at this time? To stop self-sabotaging, to trust themselves. Okay, so I'm hearing explore all of your options. Let's see what this card is. The Knight of Cups. Give yourself some love. So we'll leave that here. Since that fell out on top of the Fool, we have the Devil. Again, not doubting yourself. Spirit is saying don't make any of your decisions bad. Okay, so that doesn't mean, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, they're saying don't judge your decisions, right? So maybe someone thinks that you're supposed to work at this certain place, for example, but you don't like doing that work. But somewhere along the line, you have taken on that belief system and it's working in you, and you're saying, well, I'm bad if I don't want to do that. You're not bad because you're different than the people in your life. You're not bad because you want to make a new choice. It's not bad of you if you have gone down one path and now you recognize that you want to go on another path. That's not bad. So again, not judging yourself and not chaining yourself to the past of who you were supposed to be or how you were showing up, the role that you were playing in other people's lives. Things are going to be shifting and you have to get okay with that and you have to find your peace. But Spirit is saying even if that feels a little bit uncomfortable right now, in the end, it is going to soothe your soul when you set out on this journey and you strike out for your truth. So Spirit is encouraging you to give yourself some love at this time with the Knight of Cups, being nice to yourself, taking care of yourself, speaking good things to yourself instead of those negative, shadowy thoughts. And then you have the Two of Wands. So again, it's about letting yourself be free to explore the truth of who you are. Maybe you don't have all the answers yet, especially if you've been blocking out a part of yourself for so long to fit in or to be the role that someone else expected you to play. So Spirit is encouraging you to give yourself a chance to ask yourself questions about what is the future that you see for yourself. What do you really enjoy? What do you need right now? What is the direction that you want to move in? So that when the direction changes, this time you're not just being blown in the wind carelessly and recklessly or based on someone else's sense of direction. When the wind changes, because life is ever changing, it's going to, but this time let it change in your direction. This is like a traveler waiting for the wind to be with them so that their ship can take off on its journey. So this time, let it be your call when you take off and what direction you set sail in. Okay, that's a powerful message. So I'm actually going to leave you right there, pile number 1. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you next time. Welcome, pile number 2, to your reading. If you are feeling lost in some way, in some space of your life right now, let's get right into it. We've got the card number 35. Okay, so there's a lot about change. For some reason, when this card came out, it made me think of the Wheel of Fortune in tarot. So again, you might be feeling lost, Spirit is actually showing me someone like being on the Wheel of Fortune. You know how someone is kind of up there on those game shows sometimes and getting spun around. And it's like you don't think this game is fun anymore. And you're getting frustrated and you're feeling kind of dizzied and lost. And it's like maybe at first you volunteered to go up there and you thought that it was going to be fun. And now you don't think this is fun right now. So that's an interesting message. But your luck is going to be changing. It can change in your favor when you have the horseshoe. It has the words luck and chance. Let's get some more information. So we have one tarot card. It feels like things have not been going the way that you want them to go, though, pile number 2. Okay, so this is your one tarot card to start off with. We'll get more tarot in a moment, but this is kind of the overall energy right now, or an area that you might feel lost in. So this is the Magician. So with this being the card, again, you could feel like everything is off balance in your life, or like nothing is going your way. Nothing is panning out the way that you thought it would, the way that you want it to. It's like you've been trying to stand your ground. It's like you're saying, you know, you're calling the shots, you're affirming this, you're saying this is what goes, but it's not working out that way. Spirit is showing me someone like actually standing like at the front of a classroom and you're trying to direct the class, but everyone's still just running around and talking and they're not listening to you. And you're feeling frustrated. And you're feeling like, but I have a good idea. You're supposed to listen to me, you know, like I'm the teacher. I'm the one that's in power. So again, something here about feeling disempowered when we see the Magician card as what's representing the area that you've been feeling lost in. It's like you don't have the power. Your magic isn't working. You're snapping your fingers. You're saying the words, but it's not coming together. It's not working. So you've also got this card, Set Strong Boundaries. But Spirit is telling me about knowing when to walk away, picking your battles. You know, is it really important for someone to listen to you at this time about this thing, or do you have more important things that you can focus on? We have the card Live Your Purpose. So Spirit is also telling me that you're going to be getting more information that you've been suppressing when we have the Moonstone there. I mean, it could be helpful for you to work with that. It could be helpful for you to ask Spirit for dreams that give you guidance. That might be an easier way for your body to be more receptive and receive the information that you need to receive at this time to not feel so lost. But this is about information coming out of the darkness that you did not understand before, that you weren't able to receive before. Live your purpose. What they're saying also is that if something's not working, like let's go back to that example in the classroom, and the teacher's telling everyone to line up or sit over here and no one's listening, they're running around, they're talking, they're completely ignoring you. If it's not working, Spirit is asking you in your life to not necessarily try to keep making it work in that same way, but to, again, ask yourself, is this important? Does this need to work out this way? Can you take a new approach? Or can you just put it down and walk away altogether? You know, because you might be feeling lost because you're not living your purpose. You might be feeling lost because you're trying to make something work that is not true to you. And so you're not lost at all. You're receiving direction from Spirit. And then we have the card Heal Your Heart. So this is about, again, coming into connection with yourself, coming into alignment with the parts of yourself that you may have been hiding from. And we're going to get some more tarot cards out here. Okay, so for pile number 1, why are they feeling lost right now? Yep, the Ace of Wands, that makes sense. So you're feeling lost about your direction, but it's like you don't see it. It's not one of those obvious ones where you're just like, well, what is my life purpose? I want to know what my life purpose is. I want to follow my passions. For this group, if you've chosen pile number 2, it feels as though you don't recognize that where you're at is not your passion, is not your purpose. And now you might recognize it on a subconscious level, on an internal level, but outwardly on the surface, you think that where you're at right now is supposed to work out, but it's not. This is the King of Wands in reverse. You don't have any power in this situation. You're frustrated that you don't have any power in this situation. But Spirit is coming through with a really strong, clear, direct message that it is not that you don't have power. Yes, you are the magician. Yes, you are lucky and things do happen for you by chance that go just how you want them to go. But you're in the wrong spot. You're in the wrong direction. You're feeling lost about what to do on this situation, but it's because there's nothing to do there. You've got to come back to yourself and ask yourself who you really are. The Ace of Wands definitely makes me feel like a spiritual card here, like a spiritual quest. You got to look at who you really are. Because right now you're the King of Wands in the reverse. You're feeling disempowered, but Spirit again wants you to know, yes, you are the King of Wands. This is you. So what does that mean? It means that you're powerful. It means that you're charismatic, you're charming. You can get people to listen to you, like that example we were talking about in the classroom. You can be commanding and attention grabbing. You can be decisive. You can be the leader. You can be in the seat of power, but not in this space. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that this is not your space. This is not your audience, Spirit is saying. Two of Wands. It's like you're looking this way, but you need to look that way. You need to consider more of the circumstances. You're only looking at one facet of something that's going on. You're going to have to raise some questions in your life right now to get to the bottom of this. Okay, and what can you do to help the situation right now? Because we always know what to do, but how do we do it? That's the next question, when you figure out what to do. Okay, well, this is going to be a lot of direction from Spirit. I'll be honest with you. So it's raising the questions for yourself, and then it's letting them come in naturally. Spirit is encouraging you not to make a move forward anymore until you have the answers, until you've raised the questions that you need to raise, and until you have let the truth about your purpose and your passion come through and come to the light. It's going to happen naturally. They're showing me like a well of water that has been dry, but you've got to give it some time and it's going to fill up, and you're going to understand your sense of direction better. You're going to understand where your source is, where your power is. You are going to find out the room that you are supposed to be in, where you will be able to command the power that you know is within you. So there's going to be changes coming up. The world, cycles ending and beginning. Again, oh, that's so funny. I was actually saying how I didn't even realize at the top of the reading I said this reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune and about things maybe not turning in your favor. And then here's the Wheel of Fortune. Thank you, Spirit. If you're enjoying these messages, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can get more messages like this, and give it a like so other people will find the video. We want to grow the channel and grow the community here so that more people can get the messages they need. But Wheel of Fortune, it's in the reverse because you've got to connect with yourself. But this is going to be changing. Again, that wheel is always turning, so it's going to turn back into your favor. So the advice from Spirit is to give yourself some more time, just a little bit more time. It's not a long time, but don't make a move until you've raised the appropriate questions, and then Spirit is going to bring through the answers, because it's like the answers are already within you. They're already in your spirit, because again, they're showing me that dry well and now it's filling up with water. So the answers are already there, but you have to give yourself the time and the space to receive that. Okay, pile number 2, I'm going to leave you right there. Again, don't forget to hit like and subscribe before you head out, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome. You have got the card number 43 about why you're feeling lost in your life at this time. And that's the card, the alligator, with the word silence and introspection. Spirit is actually bringing through the word murky, like murky waters, like this alligator is in. You know, they're in the swamp land. There's a lot going on beneath the surface. There's a lot going on that you don't see. With silence and introspection, it's also making me think about the Hermit card in the tarot. feeling lost. There's something here also about, with the alligator, it's like the need to be ferocious, or like being the predator of the prey. So that could be going after something that you want. But it's like there's a wait before you pounce. There's a wait before this happens. So maybe you're feeling lost about when to act on something. Let's get out some more tarot cards and see. So this first tarot card, I haven't flipped it over yet. We will do that here, but this is going to represent like an overall energy, or maybe an area that you're feeling lost in. Okay, yes, and then the Knight of Swords. Now, when I was shuffling out your pile, I did see Temperance on the bottom, and I wanted to mention that. I didn't pay attention to that in the other piles, but Spirit was really drawing it to me. And again, Temperance, I wasn't thinking about it at the moment, but it actually is about timing and patience and waiting. And then the Knight of Swords is that fast-moving energy, right? It's the fastest mover in the tarot deck. He wants to take off. Sometimes the Knight of Swords makes hasty decisions, though. You know, he might be in that know-it-all energy, like, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna go out, everyone else can sit and wait, I don't need any more information, I'm striking now. And that's not always beneficial. So definitely Spirit is saying that you feel lost about something that has to do with timing, but they're already encouraging you to be patient and to not make a rushed decision, because it might not be your best decision. So you might need more information about something. Again, with the silence and introspection, and then bringing through the Hermit card from the tarot in my mind. But you also have the Lemurian Quartz with practice patience. Okay, I didn't look at these either, so that's perfect. Spirit is definitely bringing through the same message that we're talking about, and they're saying it again because it's like you might not want to hear that. When Spirit says something more than once, it might be something you know, or other people in your life might be telling you this right now, other readings might be giving you similar information, but it's really important. So they're bringing it through again to practice patience, and that's not always the most fun thing in the world, especially when we're geared up and we want to get going on something. Now, this doesn't have to be something that's good or bad. It's going to look different for everyone, but there is a need to practice patience, to wait for more information. Tiger's Eye, overcome your fears. So you might have a fear of missing out, a fear that if you don't strike now, you'll miss out. Someone else will get your opportunity, someone else will get your person, someone else will get your chance. If that's the case, though, it's even more important to practice the patience, because Spirit is letting you know that something is going to happen in front of you that might not look appealing. Once again, it seems like there's something that's really bugging you, right? Like you're really itching to get going on this thing. But Spirit wants you to know that whatever's going on in the external circumstances, you've got to trust that they're serving you, and that if it's something that needs to move out of the way, it will move out of the way when it's time. So you have to trust right now a lot, and then lighten up. Yeah. Because with the alligator, that looks like a really intense energy. Again, talking about when to pounce, when to strike, when to go for it. The Knight of Swords, he's set on his path. He's really intense. You can see how he's gripping the reins and he's riding forward with his sword out. He's intense. Your advice from Spirit is to lighten up, which might be easier said than done, but Spirit is coming through really strongly with that. So let's get some more tarot for group number 3. What's going on for them right now? I feel this card. Okay, Judgment. So Spirit is in charge of something here. Now, you're always in charge of yourself, but Spirit is moving on your behalf right now. There is something that you don't see, that you don't know, that you don't understand. And it's like, if you go through this like the bull in the china shop, that's the energy that the 10 of Wands is giving me right now. If you go in there full force, charging ahead like that Knight of Swords, attacking like the alligator, this isn't going to work out. So maybe you're feeling lost because your normal energy is the go-getter energy. Maybe you're used to go, 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 and everything happening right now. But that's not how this season of your life is supposed to move. This could also definitely be related to a relationship. Absolutely. You've got the 4 of Cups over here. So you're, again, feeling kind of frustrated. Spirit is showing me a child throwing a tantrum. So it's like, you know, no offense to you, but they're saying, but Spirit is saying like, this isn't This isn't what you're making it to be. You're not understanding. It's like if your parents told you no and then you were throwing a tantrum, but they told you no about something that was going to hurt you, right? Or if they told you you can't have the cupcake before dinner because they wanted you to eat your dinner first because it was good for you. And they knew if you ate the cupcake, your tummy was going to hurt. That's what Spirit is showing me. So they're definitely just encouraging you to be patient and to understand that this is still yours. The universe has got this covered for you. This is still going to happen because whatever this is destined to happen with the Judgment card. Let's get some advice. How can they get into this patient energy? Getting out of your mind. The Queen of Swords, she's overthinking. She's orchestrating it. You know, and the Queen of Swords is not all bad, but in this reading, they're bringing through kind of that shadow side of the Queen of Swords, like micromanaging, needing it to go this certain way, needing it to be this day and this time, not having flexibility. So that message here again about lighten up. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, pile number 3. I'm feeling like you might be a little bit frustrated with this message, but Spirit wants you to know that they love you and they're just doing what's best for you. And if you can manage to hear Spirit out and take their advice, then this is going to turn out good for you. Okay, so the World is here, cycles ending and beginning. We know you want to get through this quickly, pile number 3, but there's something that's shifting in the world on a greater scale than what you're able to recognize from your perspective, the Hanged Man. It can be about a pause, but it is definitely about shifting your perspective, enlightenment. Okay, so Spirit knows something that you don't know, and you're just trying to take off. And you, again, this is a reading about you feeling lost. So this is probably a new energy for you of having to be patient or having to wait for Spirit to move or waiting for someone else to make a move in your life. Like you're probably used to being the one that goes first, that starts it off, but this is a different season, a different energy. But Spirit wants you to know that there's a reason for that. And also, if you're just feeling lost in general about should I do this or when should I make the move, Spirit is saying that if you feel uncertain, then don't go for it. Not at this time, because there's going to be more information revealed and it's going to be really clear. So if you will lighten up and not overthink the situation, then there will be a clear time when it's perfect to move on this situation. Okay, I hope that brought some enlightenment, some clarity. Pile number 3. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed your reading today and want to see more videos like this. And I will see you in another one.